Welcome back to Shadow Scribe, where we explore the unexplained, the supernatural, and the downright terrifying. Today, we're diving into the disturbing history of an object that has left a trail of tragedy across 3 centuries: the Blackwood Mirror. In a world filled with supernatural legends and cursed objects, few artifacts have accumulated as much documented evidence of their malevolence as this seemingly ordinary antique. Standing 6 feet tall in an ornate silver frame adorned with curious symbols, the Blackwood Mirror first appeared in historical records in 1782. In the estate of Lord William Blackwood in northern England. Lord Blackwood was known as a collector of the unusual and arcane. According to his journals, he commissioned the mirror from an unnamed craftsman who had studied forbidden arts in Eastern Europe. What exactly these arts were remains unclear. 3 months after acquiring the mirror, Lord Blackwood's journal entries became increasingly disturbed. He wrote of seeing movements in the glass where no one was present, and faces that were not reflections. His final entry simply read, "It watches me even when I close my eyes." Lord Blackwood was found dead in front of the mirror, his eyes reportedly frozen in an expression of absolute terror. The official cause was listed as heart failure, but servants whispered that his hair had turned white overnight. The Blackwood Mirror changed hands several times over the next century. In 1851, it appeared in the home of the wealthy Harrington family in Boston. Within 6 months, all 5 family members had either died under mysterious circumstances or been committed to asylums, claiming that someone else was looking back at them from the mirror. The pattern continued. The mirror would appear in a home, strange occurrences would follow, and tragedy would ensue. Those who spent time gazing into the mirror reported 5 consistent phenomena that we've come to recognize as warning signs. First, reflections that move independently or with a slight delay. Witnesses described seeing their reflection continue a movement after they had stopped, or making subtle gestures they themselves did not make. Second, the appearance of shadowy figures standing behind the viewer, visible only in the mirror. When people turned around, they would find empty space. Third, a noticeable temperature drop in the room where the mirror was kept, sometimes plunging to near freezing, even on warm days. Fourth, disturbing dreams of being trapped behind glass, watching themselves sleep. Dreams so vivid that many reported waking up utterly exhausted. And finally, perhaps most disturbingly, subtle changes in their own appearance when viewed in the mirror. Their features slightly altered, eyes darker, expression somehow wrong. In 1973, parapsychologist Dr. Eleanor Reed attempted to study the mirror scientifically after it was discovered in the estate of a deceased Hollywood director. Dr. Reed set up cameras to record both the mirror and the room it occupied. The footage from those 3 weeks of study was largely uneventful until the final night. At exactly 3:17 a.m., the camera facing the mirror recorded what appeared to be dozens of hands pressing against the glass from the inside, though the reflection showed only the empty room. The camera recording the room itself showed nothing unusual. Dr. Reed was found the next morning catatonic, staring at the mirror. She never recovered and remained institutionalized until her death in 1986. Her final research notes, discovered later, contained a single repeated sentence: "They're trying to get through." The Blackwood Mirror disappeared from public record until 2008, when it was reportedly purchased at an estate auction by a private collector. 3 weeks later, firefighters responded to a blaze at the collector's home. They found the house completely destroyed, except for one wall, the wall where the mirror hung, completely untouched by flames. Paranormal researchers have proposed various theories about the Blackwood Mirror. Some suggest it's a portal to another dimension. Others believe it somehow traps the souls of those who gaze into it for too long. The most disturbing theory comes from occult historian Margaret Winters, who proposed that the mirror doesn't reflect our world at all. What if what we're seeing isn't a reflection at all? What if it's a window? And what if something on the other side has been watching us, learning to mimic us, waiting for someone to stare long enough that it can switch places? The current whereabouts of the Blackwood Mirror remain unknown. Some say it was acquired by a private collector who keeps it in a lightless vault. Others claim it was destroyed. But occasionally, stories emerge from antique dealers and estate sale hunters of a tall mirror in an ornate silver frame, but feels wrong somehow. A mirror that seems to hold darkness, even in a brightly lit room. So if you're browsing antique shops or estate sales and come across an unusually tall mirror with an ornate silver frame adorned with strange symbols, our advice is simple. Do not look into it. Do not bring it home. And most importantly, if you see your reflection do something you didn't, run. Because the most terrifying aspect of the Blackwood Mirror isn't what you might see in it. It's what might see you. This has been Shadow Scribe. Remember to like, subscribe, and share your own encounters with the unexplained in the comments below. Until next time, keep to the light.